at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to some absolute Mercury superpower. Cause I'm really just focusing with this video almost entirely on the Mercury, its cool jump ability called Hell Drive, and how much you can do if you land between multiple enemies, okay? So I'm trying to maximize the potential of this bot right here with this video, guys. Let's see how well we can do this, okay? The Falcon up there could just get one additional hit, and that's it. That's all he needs. Yep. Let's capture that beacon real quick, because we need it. We're out of the enemies in the beacon lead, and I can't allow this to happen. So we're taking this beacon and seeing what we can do. There's 3 enemies coming. One of them is a Falcon, the other one, no, 2 Falcons, and a Mercury as well. So I'm just gonna wait for the Mercury to drop the stealth and also land. And now I'm landing right next to him, dealing a lot of damage with the explosion and taking him out really easily. This guy right there is right now in the assault drive mode, which means he's taking a lot of damage when I hit him right now, compared to if I wait and allow him to get his 66% damage resistance again. So, so far we've gotten rid of 2 players. We have still not really lost much health ourselves, and I'm just waiting here. I'm using the jump ability one more time just to land right in front of him and explode with the Hell Drive jump ability of the Mercury, and I did that while he was in the vulnerable 3-weapon mode, so a good time to do this. Unfortunately, I forgot to reload my Redeemer. That kind of sucked. I wish I had reloaded my Redeemer, because now I'm standing before this Fury and I can't fire. And in case you haven't noticed, there's a little bug. I don't know how somebody got me with a thermite here behind this power plant, but hey, whatever. It might actually not even be that bad, because we're now spawning right in front of this Falcon with his 3 thermites, and he's in the. You see how much damage he's negating, right? Because he's in the mode with the damage resistance. In case you haven't yet seen the video about the Falcon that I made, it's linked to the upper right corner of the screen. Check out that video if you want to see what I'm talking about in here. With the test server, recent test server, and the damage resistance. What's up with this, right? I explained it in that video really well. Yeah, another Mercury we're running right now against another Falcon. He is a good player. He knows what to do. He's jumping backwards, and I'm just jumping after him with my stealth ability, so he can't target me no more. And yeah, at the same time, he has no damage resistance, so I'm dealing a lot of damage to him. But it's hard to take him out, because the problem is that he had a ranged weapon. Like, I had to get really close to him, and he had a better range on his Redeemers there. Yeah, so we're continuing on. Another guy tries to jump at me. Man, you really need to plan that jump a little bit better than that. His jump went out, his stealth is gone, and I just got him completely with my jump. Boom! There you go. What is that? Somebody's firing at me from behind. Looks like a Falcon with tridents. Aha, interesting. So, I'm expecting him to jump right now, exactly. Okay, I'm jumping after him just to get closer. I would have also caught him with the explosion here, but he was already destroyed. Another one jumps up. It's like every time I kill somebody, another one is just jumping up and I can keep firing. It's like perfect for me right now. But unfortunately, the perfection ends right here, where this guy from the front eliminates me with Vortex and Aphid, and from the back I got some Zeus. But hey, doesn't matter, we have the Valley map, which is my most favorite map in the game, with the Mercury, dealing a bit of damage here against his resistant Falcon, and having overall a really decent spot to sit at, right? And he's jumping now, and I'm just jumping at him to knowing that I will deal a ton of damage when I land. Right now I'm going to damage both enemies. The Carnage took full damage, and this Falcon took full damage too, because he was still in his weapon mode. I should probably focus on the Carnage because he has a shield and I got plasma weapons, right? If you have the choice between 2 targets, and one of them is a target that you can counter perfectly and ignore his defense, then you should focus on that target, because maybe you have a teammate who cannot deal with him because he doesn't have a weapon that goes through the energy shield, right? And he might be better though in dealing with a guy that has the physical shield. And if you focus on the guy you can counter really well, then you're always making sure to use your team's weapons as best as possible, kind of, right? And yeah, so I'm not firing at this Galahad right there, because there's literally nothing I can do against him with his physical shield. But I can, once again, you can see right here, I can ignore this Ansel shield on that Mercury, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And meanwhile, somebody else took care of the Galahad for me with rockets. So, wow, I'm glad this was happening on camera here, because that was kind of the prime example that I could give you explaining why it's good to focus on whatever you can completely, you know, bypass the defense off or counter. And yeah, this guy, I don't think they should have spawned here really, because they are in a 4 versus 1. They spawned in a 4 versus 2 and then 4 versus 1. Very, very not useful. Something you should try to avoid as well if you're playing Beacon Rush. You have the ability to drop next to enemies. Well, that is, in theory, it's good to drop in with a lot of firepower, but when they are in a like 4 or 3 on 1 situation against you, obviously you're maybe going to take one of them out, if even, and then you're just gonna die yourself, and it's not gonna help you much. I'm walking in this angle here to the right to not take as much damage from the Aphid and Vortex and Thermite, but it's really hard to dodge these weapons these days. They have, I think, received a little buff and when it comes to accuracy. I was so surprised to see that I wasn't able to get this dog. I was trying to get this dog with full firepower here, with a full explosion radius of the Mercury, because normally it goes slightly further than the thing you get displayed. When you jump, you have something displaying you how far up the, wow, boom, one-hit kill. Man, he got me right when I landed. Yeah, see the indicator on the ground? It shows you the explode radius of your land. But in fact, I figured out that the actual explosion radius is a little bit further than that. So you can maybe, like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 meters further catch someone with the explosion. And there is no additional damage from being closer. So it doesn't matter if the enemy is just inside of the range or exactly next to you when you land. You're not dealing more damage to him just because you're landing closer, okay? So there's no difference with that, for that. Which would actually be an interesting thing, right? Because it would kind of reinforce the skill element of this jump. If you know how to plan it well, you know and you anticipate well where your enemy is going to be when you land, and then you deal more damage because you land exactly next to him. I think that would actually be a cool thing, because it brings in more skill into the game, right? You don't have to just land, and no matter where you land or where he is inside that radius, he's taking the same full damage. No, if you can make it so that you land closer and it deals more damage, and you have to use this ability better, right? I'm always pro for something that reinforces skill. I'm always for you know, balancing things that make it so that when you use skill and strategy, then you get more success. I'm always for that. See this guy coming here to the right? It was a Lancelot, and I just want to show you this one-on-one, the Lancelot versus the Mercury. He's better armed than I do, he's got more health than I have, but at the same time, I have a stealth ability for 3 seconds and a jump, and of course, I can trigger an explosion. Now, that only, like, he would kill me now. The fact that I have cover to get behind kind of saves me here. I'm not firing on that Natasha into the back because I don't want to give my position away. I'm already in a bad spot. I don't want to get somebody else to involve into the battle as well, so I'm ignoring the Natasha in the back and just try to maintain my health. And I stop firing right now because I know what's gonna happen. Boom! Mercury damage ability, that's what it's called down there in the kill message. So, yeah, he's, you mad, bro? No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding, but he certainly wants to get me back. And see the damage here? Just getting completely through the... I just want to state that once more. This plasma bug, that's what the community is calling this. This is a plasma bug. When the enemy stands exactly in front of a building or a wall, it's mostly that when it happens, then your shots just go right through him, not dealing any damage whatsoever, okay? Look at this. He's coming out, he's not having a shield or anything, full damage of all weapons, 0 damage done to him, completely 0. Because he had a building in behind him, and the plasma bug exists still. And Pixonic, I think that's kind of a sad thing that we still have the plasma bug. Like, to be honest, guys, you should have fixed that a long time ago. There's no reason why after such a long time we're still having this issue. I don't think this is a much, you know, very hard thing to fix, right? I countered his jump here. I went around the corner when he tried to jump, and I got him with my jump, so 2-2-0 for money. But unfortunately, we have more than one guy now. We're being looked at by too many guys, and I already lost my heavy weapon, and now I lost the light weapon, and I'm pretty much down to nothing anymore. The only thing I have is one magnum, and I have the jump, so that's all I can do. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to at least put one more jump into the enemy. Let's see. Let's see if it works, and here we go. Yup, he's jumping, he's trying to get away, but it's not gonna work. I got him with this jump. He was too late with it. You'll find if I aim at him, JYO is his name. See, he lost quite a lot of health right there, like 30%. That means I've hit him perfectly with the jump explosion, because I ignited him right in his face. Oh man, that Falcon just completely destroyed 2 snipers with his jump. Nice one there. But I'm jumping into my own next Mercury here, because that's what this video is about. Just covering everything there is to cover about the Mercury, guys. We're running it, I'm personally running it on the test server with Thunders, like Thunder and Gust. And here, I also got him in mid-air with the damage ability. Did you see that? That was amazing. He just wanted to jump away. Thunder and Gust is what I'm using it on, and I'm using it with Magnums and Redeemer, because these 2 weapons, you know, they have the same way how they work. And, you know, they deal a lot of damage. One of them bypasses energy shields, the other one just destroys physical shields very quickly. And deals a ton of damage when you're close. Those are my favorite weapons right now, but of course this is because we're not having this on the live server. If we have this on the live server, then this means we have a lot more weapon to choose from. We will have, I don't know, we'll be able to use Ember, for example, right? Or Dragoon. And some geckos or something, right? So there's going to be a lot of configurations that you can use it on in order to make this thing work really well. And the stealth jump is not really going to give you a lot of stealth capacity. The only thing is it makes you stealthed during the jump and 3 seconds after. So once you land, you have to try to get in cover really quickly. I can't believe I'm still alive, by the way. Look how little health I have. I'm so destroyed. Once again, only 1 magnum left, but I'm still existing here. I'm still kicking some butt. See that? Here I'm jumping at this Fujin, and I'm still killing it with a jump ability. Voosh, there he goes. Even though I only have this 1 magnum, because the ability is still working, so as long as that's the case, I can do something there. See him? Voop, jump, and land right in front of him in 2, 1, boom! See that? He was slightly, I want to show this to you guys. He was slightly out of the explosion radius. I'm going back until the moment when we see the radius. Here, see it? This is outside of the explosion radius by like 3 meters or so, or 5 meters. I don't know. If that's a car, then you could probably say it's like 5 meters outside of the radius, or maybe even 10. And then landing, you're still going to deal the damage. So keep that in mind when you're trying to dodge some of those things coming at you. Although you don't see the indicator of their range, you might know that the radius is quite large. So you really have to get far away if you don't want to get hit by that. On Yamantau, I was here using the Galahad, which is a very powerful bot with the frontal shielding, especially when the enemy is using like Plasma Tyrants or stuff like that. Also, Vortex and Thermite you can dodge quite good. If you walk backwards and hold your shield up, then usually the weapons will hit the shield instead of you. If you walk into the weapon, then usually they will hit you directly. And here I was still getting killed, but I think I lost my physical shield, so nothing I can do. But it was all leading up to this moment. I kind of had to take the hit from this Thermite Fury, but I'm now jumping in. Look, I'm going into 3 enemies. I only have 21,000 health right now. I'm jumping in. Boom. 1 guy already killed. This Fury, boom, 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 killed. I caught all 3 enemies with the explosion, and I'm taking this Rhino boy. Bam, I got them all 3. First with the explosion, like that's 100,000 damage instantly right there, and then I killed them all at the same time with the weapons, while still having a bit of stealth ability. But of course I worked hard to get this Lancelot down before with the previous bot, so if I hadn't used my Galahad before, I would not have been able to do this, because only because I've already dealt so much damage before, I was able to get rid of all 3 enemies right there. But yeah, back to Dead City with the nice Mercury bot. He's going into stealth mode. Okay, oh well. We're gonna choose this Thermite Fury right there, and I thought he may have to start first aiming at me, but then I realized, he had something else targeted before, so he only looks at me and immediately fires, basically. I'm getting him still with the explosion here. Boosh, there he goes. But unfortunately, this is probably it for me here. Yeah, I'm being fired up at from this angle right there. Oh, this is, yeah, he's got, oh, look, I almost killed him. Not killed him, but I took 50% of his health off, because also that Falcon had his weapon mode active. So I was able to do a little bit of damage before I died. Yeah, I'm focusing the other guy and yet killing another person with a thunder, with the thunder pellets that I'm shooting. I was able to kill somebody else, like a collateral damage right there. This guy activating his 3-weapon mode, oh well, boosh, instant kill. Dude, that is dealing, like they have so little health when they are in the middle of the air. Look, another one jumping here. Boom, I killed one with a jump. I killed the other one with my weapons and the jump. And this Fujin has also suffered health damage from my jump and is down to 5% health. So, guys, you could see there here in this situation. Let me just quickly show that once more to you. Let me just quickly show you that one situation one more. That was so cool. Right now, they're all going and forming into one big group. This guy with low health is getting killed by the explosion. I don't have to worry about him. Fujin got hit by the explosion. This guy too, getting him killed, then taking the Fujin out and being inside the shield so he can protect himself. Unfortunately though, he still had that much health at the end of this match. Man, I love the Mercury. I really also want to see this thing on the live server. This is gonna be crazy, guys. And I don't think it's particularly overpowered because it has just 2 light weapons and 1 heavy. That's really not that much of firepower, but if you use the stealth jump well, then you can do some good damage, especially when enemies are forming bigger groups that you can just exploit, right? But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye-bye.